Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 13 of my full platinum walkthrough for Bloodborne. Right, we're done with the main sort of part of the game. We are off to do the Chalice Dungeons. This is going to be quite a journey. Right, so they're going to be in order. The thing you need to do is you need to get to the bottom of the Chalice Dungeons, essentially. So we need to start with the first one because you go into the first one to get the second one, to get the stuff that you need to the ritual blood. This is version 1. That's what we need for this first chalice that we got from the blood-starved beast way back. So the enemies in this place are very easy. Most of them should be one-hit kills at this level, so you'll be fine with that. So the idea is that we go deeper into each chalice to get new ones, to get new materials, to open up new ones, so we can essentially get to the bottom one. I put the eye rune on as well. I would recommend that you do it as well to improve your drops. And once you've done that, you should have 2 ritual blood. We did pick it up. If not, you can buy it from the bath that you just saw there. So go to this second one up here, and you're going to see your chalices that you have. So we have 3 that we've got from certain bosses, the side sort of bosses. So Bloodstarved Beast, Amygdala, and Abritus. So the one we're going to do first is this Pthumeru, the Pthumerian Labyrinth. So it will cost a certain amount of echoes, I missed that, sorry, but 2 ritual blood, number 1. So once you've done the ritual, that is now in place, and you can move on to the Pthumerian Labyrinth. This is the first very easy one. The idea is we go to this one, and we're going to get ritual blood level 2, plus the chalice for the next one by going through this place. Now, Chalice Dungeons, you're going to see there's a lot of lamps. You have that starting lamp there, and then it's made up of 3 areas. So this is the starting lamp. I know they're very close together, it's a bit weird, but that's the starting lamp for area 1. So you can go back out and jump straight back in using the tombstone to go straight back to the certain point where the lamps are. There's lots of lamps in these places, and they're divided up into 2 areas like this, and they do recycle a lot of areas. You're going to notice, like this area here, you're going to see this in many other Chalice Dungeons. There is also things called root Chalice Dungeons. These are random ones. We do not need to go in there, but they are procedurally generated. They're different all the time. We're not going to touch those. The ones we are doing are sort of static. They're always going to be the same. So this will be exactly the same for you. So for each one, you may have seen it before, there's a purple door up the ladder on the opposite side. You need to go and hit a switch to open up that purple door, and then you can leave that layer of the Chalice Dungeon. There's 3 layers in most. I think one of them has 4, but most of them have 3 layers. And there's a boss at the end of each layer. That's kind of that was close. I'll show you what happens if you get knocked off here. You can go round. I'll do it in a moment. But what you want to do is get through. Yeah, that was annoying, getting poisoned at such an easy section, but never mind. So there's obviously a Chime Maiden here. As you can see her up there on the top. So if you go and kill her, the red ones will die or disappear. So as long as you kill her, all the others will go. Lots of poison going on around here. So yeah, you can see that it's all very easy. I'm just making it look a bit more difficult than it actually is. But yeah, they're all one-hit kills around here. There's another poison guy. He's going to get me just, yeah, but I'm already poisoned, so it doesn't matter. So here's the switch to open up the gate to the first boss. Now I'm going to just run through these Chalice Dungeons. I'm not going to do all the side areas, go through every single bit, because there's no need to. I'm going to point you in the direction of all of the ritual blood and the other materials that we need. You can see there, that's ritual blood 2. That is a random drop. You might not get that, but I will show you where the 6 ritual, I think you should get 8, but we only need 6 ritual blood 2 to open up the next chalice, but there is definitely 6 that you can 8 that you can pick up from these areas, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of run through and not do all the side stuff. If there's nothing we don't need down a side area, I'm not going to do it, apart from this one bit I'm going to show you here. So I'm going to drop down. This is in case you get knocked down. Essentially you go through the tunnel and you'll end up in that big open area again. This is the first one. It's very easy. I think they're sort of scaled to about the time you do Bloodstarved Beast, Old Yarnum, that sort of area. So they are pretty easy. Chalice Dungeons don't, I believe they do not, I'm pretty sure they do not scale with New Game Plus. they stay the same difficulty all the time. So you can see this one hasn't scaled at all. These rats are very easy. You will get a bit overconfident. Not all dungeons are this easy. Trust me, they are not. They get pretty difficult later on, especially ones like the Defiled Dungeon, which takes half your health away for the whole thing, and it has 2 of the hardest bosses in it. Yeah, but you'll get used to it. You'll get a feel for it. They're just going to get, because we're doing the easy ones now, they will get progressively harder, but not to the point where it's unbeatable, but it is a bit more difficult than the main game, some of the bosses. That's another thing. There's going to be new bosses, there's going to be new enemies, there's traps everywhere. There's stuff in these Chalice Dungeons that isn't in the main game, in the main, what we've done already. So it is like a new experience to start with. It does get old fairly quickly. Not many people like the Chalice Dungeons. So there we go. We've opened up the first thing by using the switch. We come back, open the gate, and this is the first boss, Undead Giant. This guy can be easy or very easy. Look at that. One hit with a charge, and then a visceral, and he's done. And that's it. That's layer 1 done. Of course, it's not going to be that easy if you go here early on. So you're going to get drops from them. You'll get a gemstone, not necessarily the same one. So I'm not marking them down on the bottom corner there. You may get different ones to that I get. Don't worry if you do or don't. It doesn't matter. The ones we get aren't that good at this point anyway. So now we've gone down the lift. We're now entering layer 2, which you can see in the bottom corner. And this is the lamp, the start of layer 2. And essentially you just do the same thing until you get to the bottom of layer 3 and beat the boss in layer 3. Beating the boss in layer 3 will get us the chalice for the next one, which is kind of the middle Pthumerian dungeon. And then we need the lower one, and they're the first 3 we're doing. So that happened there was a trap, by the way, those red ones. There is traps everywhere in these dungeons, so do be aware. More often in the later ones, the earlier ones don't have too many, but the later ones, they like to put them everywhere. Obviously, I'll point them out as we go, if there's any on the way. So yeah, we had the purple door that you saw before. Obviously, can't go through that. You need to find the lever first. There's a chime made in here somewhere, so if you run through this door and then round here, it might seem like a maze initially, but there are just a few rooms linked together. It obviously looks very similar all the time. Again, this is a copy of the room we were in before. The switch from the first area was in a room exactly like this. This is what I'm saying. The rooms will be very similar, unfortunately. So the switch is in here, but it's on the lower floor where we entered last time. So yeah, they try and mix it up, but it's still the same room. Yeah, this is a new... I don't think we've had... No, he is a new enemy. He likes to roll at you. Later on, they can be very dangerous. They like to roll and slam. The slam is the bit that hurts you, so that's the bit you want to avoid. So there we go, unlocked. So we can actually leave this. And that's essentially what I'm going to do, is if there isn't any ritual blood that we don't need, or any materials that we don't need for another Chalice Dungeon, I'm not going to lead you through all the corridors finding stuff. It's up to you if you want to explore them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get what we need. There is actually some ritual blood in this one. I'm getting a bit turned around already. Just waiting until we get to the longer, deeper dungeons. Yeah, don't worry. I know where I'm going. Kind of. I'm going to drop down here and completely mess this up. But yeah, this is the room off to the right, sorry, the left of where we started, in that main room where the boss door is. So it all leads together. The places all lead together. You can't get lost. It will all eventually lead you back to where you started. So there's a trap on the floor there. You can maybe just see it. I just went past it. Look out for raised squares on the floor. Just to the right of me there. So yeah, I've gone back here. I'm actually looking for it. I've just remembered where it is. It's not going to be like this all the time, trust me. This is just this one. Yeah, this ladder. I need to go up here, and we went through the door on the left. I need to go across the bridge and then go back to another separate area. Let's get the ritual blood. So yeah, we haven't been down here yet, obviously. And yeah, ritual blood 2. So this is definitely going to be here for you. And then we can get another 2 in the third area. And then some of the areas have like a literal secret area, like a treasure room. yeah, the third area has one of those. They're in between the actual real main area and the boss door. So yeah, I'll show you that when we get to it. Yeah, another trap there. And then we've got these sort of chests, this chest here. This is where we're going to get our ritual blood 2 times 2. And there we go. So now we can leave this one. We'll go and do the boss. Very easy boss again. Merciless Watchers. It's just 3 of the big guys. They're not even really bosses. But yeah, the bosses do get a bit more difficult later on. We will see some bosses that we have already fought. Rom is down in one of them. Amygdala's down here. Not in this one, but in a later area. A later Chalice Dungeon. But for the most part, there's actually a lot of new bosses. Things you haven't fought before. So that's interesting, I suppose. Yeah, Merciless Watchers are just the big... They're almost like the executioners. One will have a gun. And 2 will have these things. I don't... If you watch this, he hits me. I'm taking no damage there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what... I'm getting stuck on him. I have no idea what was going on then. Anyway, yeah, a charge R2 will take one of these guys down in one go. So, yeah, that's always good. Making this look a lot more difficult than it actually is. It's not at all. It's just 3, and just think of them as 3 enemies. Not a boss at all. The shooter's obviously the easiest. You just get around the side of him, finish him off. So, thinking this part, yes, you get the root chalice. This is the procedurally generated one. We're not going to be using root chalices. So I will obviously show you at the beginning of each video which chalice we will be using the ritual on. So we hit the lamp there, and we've got this other lamp used. There's always a lift. You're literally going lower in layers. And this one's going to have the big open area, which will get recycled and used again. But I will keep this nice and simple. We're just going to go and get what we need and leave, which is the switch. So yeah, here we go. This is the start of layer 3 now. New area, nice. Sometimes in a moment you're going to see there is going to be summons. So if you bought the Blood Rock, you might be low on insight. Obviously you have lots of Madman's knowledge and Great One's wisdom. Crack some of those, get some insight, just bring him with you. For this area and for quite a few areas, just bring the summon with you. Unless I tell you otherwise, you might want to keep them for the boss. But sometimes it's better to go in without a summon for some bosses. So yeah, you just want to take him with you. He's going to help you out. And yeah, it's going to make things a lot not so imposing, especially in later ones, to have a guy with you. These things we saw in Bergenworth, you want to actually make sure you kill those. They're going to drop a flower. So there's actually a Scurrying Beast as well. So they're going to drop this sort of flower off the head, which is going to contain arcane haze. We need a lot of arcane haze for rituals. But we will get something called the arcane haze extractor, which we can use to burn or sacrifice ritual items that we aren't going to use to give us arcane haze. So we can get a lot of it, but anyway, make sure you kill the sort of flower centipede, whatever they are, because they will give you arcane haze, and it's just going to help you. It means you have to sacrifice fewer items later on. I'm getting stuck on a tree here. Don't know what was that, but yeah, there's the Chime Maiden. Obviously get rid of her. Gets rid of all the others, apart from that one apparently. Up here you're going to find 2 ritual blood as well, number 2. So you've got one hanging over the edge here, and one in the middle. So you should be up to 4 at this point. And then we're going to find a chest in the sort of secret treasure area, which is going to have 4 as well. So we'll have 8 in total, so you'll have more than enough. And this is what I'll do, is I'll make sure you have more than enough. And if you do need to farm, I'll give you a farming spot. Like this place, if you really did need more Ritual 2, then you could farm the big guys, because you saw one drop it earlier on in the first area. There was one. So yeah, don't worry, you'll always have enough. I'm going to explain exactly where to get all the materials, because that is the worst part, is finding the materials or not knowing where to find them. But yeah, that's the main reason of these videos, is pointing you in the right direction for that. Yeah, so we're just going to open up the boss door. Quite a simple, quick one, this one. There's actually an enemy here I completely forgot about, and the other guy goes and gets her. It's a ghost. We haven't actually seen these. Watch out for the AoE blast. We haven't actually seen these in the main game. 10 blood vials. I've not seen that. I've definitely not noticed that before. That was quite a drop there. So yeah, watch out around in rooms like this. This is a good room that will have traps in. You're going to see them. I'm going to point them out. So you can see there's a thing on the floor there. And then if you see one of these statues, break it, because that will fire darts at you. So you're going to see me step on it, it's going to disappear. That's the trap. It would have started firing darts at you. So yeah, if you see those statues anywhere, just break them so you don't get caught out. This room isn't too bad, but some of these later ones that have used this layout have a lot of traps in them. So yeah, be aware. And that's this area done. And we're just going to run back, straight back to the boss door. And then we're going to go into a side area, which is sort of a treasure area. I like to think of them as all the best stuff is in these side areas. This side area is going to have 4 ritual blood for us. And that's why we're going in. So yeah, this is quite quick as well. Quite a quick video, just 23.5 minutes or so. Not all of them will be that quick. Some of them are a bit longer, but again, I will just cut out and not go to all the places we don't need to. So yeah, don't think they're all going to be this easy and quick. Because they're not going to be. I'm just waiting for him to follow me. You don't have to if you don't want to, but Old Prospect, or whatever he's called, is going to be helping you a lot. You'll see him a lot in the Chalice Dungeons. Olek. That's the one. See, this is the side area. So normally you just go straight on and go straight to the boss, but some of them have these sort of longer corridors and they have a door to the side. In these is sort of the good stuff, so to speak. There are obviously enemies and things like that. It is another area. It's just that the prize at the end is better than usual. Some of these areas are really, really good. The stuff they have in them, it's definitely worth visiting them. But some of them have stuff that we don't need, so we won't be doing all of them. That helped me out. Random Molotov from somewhere. I was not expecting that. Well, I know where, but Olek throwing a Molotov there. So yeah, we will be actually facing off against a new boss in this area. Arguably the hardest boss in the Chalice Dungeons, or one of them at least anyway. The Watchdog of the Old Lords. Now obviously this one is not going to be the difficult one. We will meet him again in the Defiled Dungeon of all places, the one where we have half the health. And he can one-shot you, not now, but in Defiled Dungeon. So what I'm going to say is actually, when we get to the boss, is practice with him. Practice his movements, because he's not going to be able to one-shot you now. Just get used to him as a boss now, because it's going to help out later on. When you take him on in Defiled, because you're not going to have the time to mess around in there, he's going to kill you pretty quickly if you do. So yeah, we're in the treasure room now, so I've pushed through and just go down here, kill this Merciless Watcher, or try to, and then open up. You can see there it's literally an ornate chest, coffin, what do you want to say. Looks like it's going to be good stuff, and it is really. 4 ritual blood too, which is going to get us to the next area. So you should have more than enough now to get to do the next ritual for the next chalice, which we're going to get after beating Watchdog of the Old Lords. So I'm not going to hang around in here. I'm just going to leave now. We've got what we need. Obviously, if you want to get lost, well, you're not going to get lost, but if you want to go and explore every little corner, then that's up to you. But I'm just grabbing what we need and getting out. So yeah, you can see I went round a switch there. You can see it on the floor here. And I hit that statue. Yeah, be aware of them. Like, that will literally just hit you in the face if you'd ran towards it. Which wouldn't have been good. Come on. Make sure he's following. Just check the corners. While I'm here, nothing here. And then we're going to leave and go and do the boss. So yeah, Watchdog Old Lords is a beast. So serrated is good. Unfortunately, fire is no good because he is on fire. So obviously that's not going to help you. Has 4 weak limbs, or his limbs take individual damage, and you can, let's say, break them. It obviously doesn't break them, but he'll stagger the enemy if you do enough damage to his limbs. You're going to see me do it. On this enemy, on this version of him, it's very easy because he is weaker. A charge R2 will break a limb, so you're going to see a lot more. It's not really blood, it's lava that spews out whenever I do it, and he'll go crashing to the ground. That's what you want to do. You want to get behind him, get Oleg to take the brunt of it from the front, and you want to get behind him. Yeah, so this is a you're going to get used to this entrance. This obviously not this time, this is an easier time. So this is the best time to attack. He does a lava spew when he sort of does that. If you hit it, you can see there, broke that front leg down. There we got the rear one, so he's gone down again. I'm going to try and do this one, but don't manage to hit that one, but never mind. So sometimes when he gets back up after that, he'll do an explosion. That is the main move that you want to miss, this one. So when he does that, raises his head up and charges, dodge left. Do not dodge right into that. It will kill you instantly. Not here, but definitely in Defiled Dungeon. And then he has the AoE, which is quite obvious. And then you can just go in and wail on him. And that's it. So this is a very quick, you see, it's very easy at this point because we are kind of over leveled for this one now. But maybe just dance around with him a bit, get used to his maneuvers, how to avoid, when to attack, when safe. He has sort of chomping attacks and things like that. Obviously, it was killed very quickly this time. But yeah, it's not too bad this time. Just maybe dance with him a bit. And yeah, learn now rather than later. Yeah, and that's it. So you saw that I got the last chalice, or the next chalice should I say, for the next one, which we're going to do in the next video, which is still Pthumerian chalice. It's the middle one this time, and then we're going to get the lower one by going to the middle one. And yeah, it's literally, we're just searching for materials. We have the last chalice, I believe. No, we have access to go and get the last chalice. We have one of the later ones already, but we can't get there yet because we need to go in order, so to speak. Quite annoying. I'm just popping a few cold bloods here just to level up a bit. Yeah, the later ones you definitely get a lot of blood echoes. What are we on? 83, 85 by the time I finish this. Just a bit short, that's just annoying. So the most difficult bit apparently so far is leveling up. I can't get the numbers right. There you go. And I'm just going to show you just before I head off here that I have the right amount of ritual blood. You should have at least 8. I think I got some extra ones as well. So yeah, you should have at least 8, which is more than enough. That's all we need of ritual blood too. So I'll just bring that up, and then I'll get the hell out of here. Now you can see, yeah, I've got 9. So you should, I got that extra one, so 9. Right. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.